start in my own time. I have not been an orator, nor I have been an eloquent speaker, but I have always been a good debater. On this occasion, I find that my words fail me and I am not able to respond in the way in which I would like to, because I am overwhelmed by your kindness, your generosity, and your nobility. Even if I were to search the whole library of English literature, I will fail to find words of adequate expression of my warm and heartfelt thanks for the kindness you have shown to me this evening. When I look back on my long career, I have a deep sense of satisfaction and sense of fulfillment. I would not have satisfied everybody, nor could anyone do that. I have always tried to act according to my conscience, irrespective of the praise or the abuse that followed my action. I now have a feeling of fulfillment that my life has not been a waste. It has been of some utility to some section of the people for some time at least. This is not the time to deliver any lecture on what members of parliament should do, but still I would like to say that it is necessary that, as the custodian of the country, the judiciary, it is incumbent on all of us to see that we preserve the greatness of India that was, and pass it on to future generations as a great country. Members of parliament have a great responsibility in that they have to discharge their functions under several constraints, sometimes act according to popular opinion, sometimes even against the popular opinion, where the popular opinion is not correct but always in tune with the popular sentiments and opinions that prevail at that time. In this difficult task, I should say with all my experience over several years, the Indian Parliament has discharged its responsibility to the best of its ability and honor. Our country has great problems, much greater than those of any other country. Other countries which became independent did not have the same problems as we had. At the time when we became independent, we were short of food, clothing, housing, and capital for development. In fact, it was an era of shortages in every field of activity which the other countries did not face. Dear sirs, we have received your letter inquiring the status of your order. You will be glad to know that your order of 10th February has been promptly executed. The items ordered by you have been dispatched and you should be getting them in 2 days' time. Your customers will certainly be pleased with the excellent quality of our garments. We are enclosing herewith your invoice and railway receipt is being sent through our bankers. We request you to arrange payment as soon as you receive our order. You will find shopping a great pleasure in our new premises. We have also added new varieties to provide a complete range of goods. We propose to shift to our new premises during the second week of March and request you to overlook the inconvenience that will be caused during the period of shifting. We wish to thank you for patronage and hope to render even better service in future. Yours faithfully.